following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up, WIU students are dancing to save lives this weekend. We'll tell you more about the cause and what it means to local students ahead.
Plus, the weather has been unpredictable lately, but not for Storm Team 3. Find out what to expect for this weekend straight ahead.
And primary elections are approaching. Hear from local candidates that are running for office.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
We begin with our top story out of the McDonough County area as reports of a scam continue and Macomb residents take to social media. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Devin Brooks.
And I'm John Benedict. The reports have been posted several weeks in a row now, all with the same details. Posts such as this one by Alyssa Peterson describes their encounter. They described a man posing as an Ameren, Illinois employee and showing up to her door. She said he attempted to coax her into paying her energy bills. She also said the man is about 5 feet 8 inches tall, wore a black waterproof jacket, and appeared to be in his mid-30s. News 3 spoke to Stacy Shangraw at Ameren, and she said they do not collect bills door to door. She also left tips to customers in order to avoid and report scammers. She said, do not let anyone claiming to be utility into your home. Also, Ameren never sends emails with billing attachments unless requested. Macomb police are also saying they have no leads on the scam reports. We will be sure to bring updates as soon as they are available.
Police are investigating a potential threat toward the Bushnell West Prairie High School. The McDonough County Sheriff reports a 17-year-old juvenile was taken into custody for misconduct in his home. Bushnell police were working throughout the morning to get information regarding the verbal threat. There were no reports of danger or injuries to anyone in the high school. The 17-year-old is currently being held at the Mary Davis home in Galesburg.
Back in Macomb, 2 programs at Western Illinois University have received national recognition. The Department of Mathematics has been recognized for their math education program by the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. The Department of Foreign Languages has been recognized for their Spanish and French education programs by the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages. This is not the first time WIU programs have been nationally recognized. Multiple programs were recognized in the spring and fall of 2016, including the university's Educational Leadership Program. The WIU English and Reading Specialist programs were recognized in spring of last year.
Local candidates running for office this campaign season came together to talk about their ideas with area residents. Candidates seeking nomination for McDonough County Sheriff, Illinois' 93rd District State Representative, and Illinois' U.S. 18th Congressional District were on hand Tuesday night for a forum with voters. The event was held
I have a well-rounded life experience. I've served my country. I've been educated here in Macomb. I feel like I have the necessary life experience, and it comes from different places.
I'm a lifelong resident in McDonough County. Spent 25 years at the Sheriff's Office in all different positions. I think it's time, and I feel I'm ready to be the Sheriff. I'd be honored to work for the taxpayers of McDonough County.
The event was held at Macomb High School by the League of Women Voters of McDonough County. Primary elections are March 20th.
McDonough County Public Transportation is getting closer to adding new bus shelters to several bus stops. Go West Transit plans to add 9 new shelters and concrete pads to stop throughout Macomb, including the Horriban stop at WIU. Transit Director Nathan Cobb says they are currently receiving bids and they hope to begin working early this summer. He also says the project will be paid by a state grant. The Macomb City Council is expected to approve the final bid next Monday. Tomorrow, WIU students will be exploring different aspects of African culture. The African Student Organization will host the Taste of Africa in the Multicultural Center. Jollof rice, meat pies, and plantains are just a few selections that will be available for students to taste. There will be a raffle for prizes, African music, and a fashion show. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. All guests will receive a first ticket free. 1 ticket is $1, 5 tickets are $3.
12 hours is a long time for a nurse or doctor to be on call. But for hundreds of students at WIU and other schools across the nation, it is something to look forward to every year. News 3's Thaddeus Pfeiffer discovers the miracles that can happen when you move your feet.
Western Illinois University's 5th annual dance marathon kicks off this Saturday in the Grand Ballroom. The event raises money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals throughout the year to ensure that they meet their goal.
This year our overall goal is $150,000, and so we've been working all year long to try to hit that $150,000, and at the end of the night we'll flip cards that will reveal how much money we've been able to raise throughout the year.
The donations are being used in a variety of ways to provide for the kids to ensure that they are taken care of.
Therapies in the hospital, prescription medicines, anything to help the kids and make their stay more relaxing and comfortable for them.
Raising money for families is how most people can contribute, but members of the Dance Marathon say that seeing a child and family happy is what makes the event worthwhile.
It's the most heartwarming thing in the world to look at the mom or the dad of one of our miracle children and see their eyes well with tears because of what we're able to accomplish during our event.
I know I am there, and I can look at the parents in the eyes and say, we are here to help you. This $150,000 is going to you, to your son or daughter, to your loved one. Like, we are going to get them the care that they absolutely deserve.
And this Saturday, these kids deserve the absolute best. If you have some free time between 12 p.m. and 12 a.m., try and stop by the Grand Ballroom to check out this great event. For News 3, I'm Thaddeus Pfeiffer.
Last year's event raised $123,000.
Again, this year's goal is $150,000, and AACP will be hosting their Black Excellence Ball Sunday, February 24th. This year's theme is Coming to America, a special affair. The organization wants you to come dressed in your best African apparel. Anyone interested in attending the ball must register on everbright.com. There are 2 free tickets left for this event. The English Honor Organization at WIU Sigma Tau Delta will be hosting a service project at the local YMCA this Saturday, February 24th. The project is dedicated to repairing the image of the small library that is there. The organization also plans on restocking the library with new books. The service project is open at WIU students and the public. Anyone interested in volunteering can email the Sigma Tau Delta organization. Well, WIU is home to around 7,000 students, which brings a diverse range of interests. News 3 got an inside look at one of the lesser-known clubs on campus in this News 3 exclusive.
At Western Illinois University, clubs are a major part in campus recreation. From intramural volleyball to the zoology club, students from all backgrounds are free to express their hobbies. One of the most unique clubs on campus is Scuba Club.
Do you have a specific fin that you like?
Sabrina Cicetta is a senior and the president of Scuba Club. She told News 3 why scuba at Western is so valuable.
The best thing about Scuba Club is being able to try it before you buy it. Anyone can try it.
Rookies and professionals dive side by side in full gear and essentially test drive the scuba experience.
And then you have a 16-week program here for diving. It's not just a weekend thing and you get your card and then you can go out in the real world. It's 16 weeks. So he goes into great depth in why we're doing it the way we're doing it, so that way we understand. And when we go out into the real world, it seems like time and time again that we're some of the best divers out there.
The few scuba classes at WIU can provide unlimited possibilities. This hidden pearl, surrounded by cornfields, has led to the success of many students in its 50-year lifetime. No matter who you are likely to find scuba success in a very unlikely place.
The Scuba Miner also offers classes from beginner's level to advanced rescue diving. The divers organize trips and dive with marine life and even feed sharks. News 3 will get more looks at these ambitious students in the coming months.
Coming up on News 3 live at 4, this year's flu season has been one for the record books.
Find out how you can stay healthy after the break.
Amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up for the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you.
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go. Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane! I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
If you or someone you know has a bad heart, the flu shot may help.
That's right, the flu vaccine may prevent a number of heart attacks. Here's Mary Maloney with more in today's Health Minute.
Young children are at risk of developing serious complications from the flu if symptoms aren't recognized and treated immediately. One of the flu strains spreading this season, H3N2, is affecting children more than usual. And that has many people asking, why is it so deadly?
Sometimes it's the virus infection itself that can become so severe in a person that it can result in death. The flu virus weakens your immune system and you can get a bacterial infection on top of it.
According to the CDC, the best way for parents to protect their children is to get them vaccinated every year. Being able to recognize the warning signs of the flu is also important. Among them, trouble breathing or breathing fast, bluish skin color, not waking up, not interacting, or being unusually irritable. Early detection could save your child's life.
As soon as they have symptoms and they suspect they might have flu, they should call their doctor right away because they could benefit from early treatment with antiviral drugs.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Flu shots are being offered at Butte Health Center. Students can get them for free with their WIU health insurance. You must have to make an appointment. The 31st Annual WIU School of Music Showcase of Bands will be held Friday through Saturday in the Kofac Recital Hall beginning at 7:30 p.m. The showcase is free for Western students and to the public. The event reaches out to passionate high school musicians from Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri. There are opportunity to participate and learn from skilled wind band conductors and Western's conducting facility. Band directors are encouraged to attend and observe the sessions. Visit the WIU Kofac Recital Hall website for more information.
WIU's Theater and Dance Department will be putting on the performance debut on February 23rd and 24th. This production is written by Ethan Cohen and will be directed by theater instructor Adam Lewis. Debut is rated R and contains strong language, violence, and adult situations. WIU students receive free admission to this event with their current student ID. Tickets for guests will be available at the door for $5. The performance will be in Simpkins Theater and begins at 7 p.m.
Well, we've seen cloudy skies and wet roads all day, but will this last?
News 3's Molly Naslin has your 5-day forecast next.
I was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and grew up with my mom and dad and my younger sister. Funniest or most terrifying? I used to get in trouble for laughing on air, and one day we had someone kind of come in and straightened me out a little bit, if that makes sense, and everybody got a pretty good kick out of that one. My favorite thing about News 3 is probably how close we can get in a learning environment to the real world, not only from great things like this studio to the production room and even our writing lab. It's almost like what the professionals use.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Good afternoon, Macomb, and welcome back. We're seeing our current temperature at about 38 degrees, and it's very cloudy out there. We're seeing some patchy fog, but not a whole lot across the area. Dew point is at 37 degrees, which is why we are seeing some of that fog. Humidity is at 99%, and the winds are out of the east-northeast at 4 miles per hour, so it's not horribly windy out right now. So we're actually sitting right around average for our temperatures in February. We're just below our average high of 40 degrees, and tonight we're actually going to be well above the low of 21 that we're used to seeing at this point in time in February. Now, if we look at the current surface map, as you can see, there's this line of low pressure right here, and then behind it is the rain. So you're seeing some of that pink on your screen. That's some ice. It's staying out of our area, and this rain down here is also staying out of our area for now. But remember where that low is, because that is also outlining the line of temperatures. As you can see, southeast of that is warmer temperatures and also where they're seeing some flooding. And northwest of that is where they're seeing the colder temperatures. So what we're seeing right now here in Macomb. Currently, again, your temperatures are 38 degrees here in Macomb, 41 in Beardstown, and 36 over in Quincy. Tonight, again, we're going to be above what that average is. We're going to see 36 here in Macomb, 34 in Burlington, and 35 in Keokuk. Tomorrow, we're going to have a high temperature of 42 degrees here in Macomb, 45 in Beardstown, and 44 over in Quincy. Tomorrow night, we're going to stay fairly warm still again with 30 degrees here in Macomb, 34 in Beardstown, and 37 in Springfield. Now, tonight, again, we're likely to see some showers with a low of 36 degrees. Winds are going to be out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour. Now remember, there's a lot of rain down in the southeast, so any wind coming from there is going to be bringing up moisture. Then tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 42 degrees with pretty cloudy skies throughout the entire day, with winds out of the west at 10 miles per hour. Then for your 5-day forecast, we are not out of the woods quite yet when it comes to the rain, with cloudy skies tomorrow, and then chance for some freezing rain on Saturday with a high of 44. Then on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we're going to be in the mid to upper 40s and 50s with sunny skies for the rest of the week.
Bring on the warmer temperatures.
It's a nice change from all this rain and cloudiness that we've been seeing.
So we're hoping winter's just about over with.
It's really close. We're getting there, really close.
That means basketball season's almost over too, right?
You're totally right, John. Coming up next on Live at 4, a look at the future Leatherneck football team and a chance to end 20 years of heartbreak. After the WIU football team welcomes new head coach Jared Elliott to the helm, he discusses his tradition of tough and the family of players he now leads. Also, the United States women's hockey team vying for the gold against women's hockey powerhouse Canada. Will there be another miracle on ice for the red, white, and blue? Find out next in sports.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Zach Stone. Even though football season is long over, the Leathernecks are still in the weight room, continuing their tradition of tough. I was able to catch up with new head coach Jared Elliott to pick his brain about his new position.
It's been really a dream come true for me. You know, whenever you're in any line of work, whatever you're in, and what we do as football coaches, you always want to have the opportunity one day to run a program, to be a head coach.
Coach Elliott gives credit to players for their tenacity and mindset.
We've also brought players and young men into our program that are very talented, but yet they meet all the intangibles that we look for, that we think will ultimately give us success.
Elliott believes that the family atmosphere in his locker room makes his team better.
When you've got a bunch of guys that buy into that and believe in that, and they put their teammates above themselves, and there's a culture of loving each other like any healthy family would. And then you've got a bunch of guys that understand what running to the football means, what means finishing plays. And when you got guys that play with that kind of relentless effort, you always have a chance. You really do.
Elliott believes tough scheduling shows the true mental toughness of his players.
We play in by far the best conference in the country. I mean, it is competitive every single week. There's no gimmies. There's no automatic wins. So you have to have a football team that understands that little things matter, and little things are the difference in winning and losing games.
Don't forget to mark your calendars for April 20th. The WIU spring football game's time is still being determined. We will have more information about that game later in the semester. And 2 games apiece left for the WIU men's and women's basketball teams before the start of conference tournaments. News 3's Michael Dion is at Western Hall, ready to give an update on tonight's matchup. Michael?
Thank you, Zach. I'm here at Western Hall. It's about 2.5 hours till game time. Practice has been over for just around an hour and a half. I've seen some players bringing in supper or going in back and relaxing in their locker room before a high-intensity matchup tonight. The Bison are very fast on defense and on offense, and that has what's given the Leathernecks trouble because Western has not beaten North Dakota State since 2012. Tonight, 2 big matchups as far as players go. For the Leathernecks, the matchup of Kobe Webster, and for the Bison, Paul Miller. Paul Miller is the senior leader for the Bison, while Webster is the freshman sensation for the Leathernecks. That's out on the guard. Now we go inside to the center position. Brandon Gilbeck versus Spencer Eliason. They are both 2 big guys. Gilbeck, though, has an intense height advantage. So given that they're 2 inside workers, we should see a lot of Brandon Gilbeck in the game tonight. Look for about 20 points from him if Western is to win. Same thing the way of Eliason. If he scores a lot against Gilbeck, North Dakota State could be the one to pick up the victory to the entire game. The pace of play will be a big one tonight. The pace of the Leathernecks, which is more slow and in the half court, is a direct counter to the Bison's fast, high velocity, high punch offense and defense. The Bison are second in the Summit League in defense with 70 points allowed per game. Bench points as well. The Leathernecks got a season-high 16 points off the bench last time out against South Dakota State, so those two will be big things across the game. Whether or not North Dakota State can spread the floor and Western can shrink the floor. Whoever does that, whoever commits to their pace, will be able to win this game. So, overall, we've got going throughout the floor, stretching the floor versus shrinking the floor. We've got a matchup of a guard and a center, two big things that really need to happen in order for the Leathernecks to win tonight. Thank you very much, and we'll get back to you, Zach.
Again, big games tonight. The Leatherneck men already out of the conference tournament, taking on the Bison of North Dakota State. Then on Saturday, the men out one more time at home against Denver to finish their season. The women with identical matchups tonight and on Saturday, the key game being their Saturday battle at Denver. That game could ultimately change the seed the women come in for the Summit League tournament. And a stranger change to the WIU baseball schedule means that you have a chance to watch a doubleheader over the weekend. The first two games against the Racers will take place on Sunday in Marion, Illinois. Murray State unable to have those first two home games. First pitch for the doubleheader is set for noon. Then Monday afternoon, the Leathernecks will be on the campus of Murray State to take on the Racers at Reagan Field. First pitch is set for 1 o'clock. And a 20-year drought for the USA women's hockey team in the Olympics. A chance to end the dry spell last night against Canada became an instant hockey classic for the ages. The women coming out on the ice, getting ready, nerves running high with the weights of millions on their shoulder. After trading goals, the Canadians would find scoring. Opening down the line is Alexa Acosta. She drops it back to Poulin, who rips one home, advantage Canada in the second period. But the USA would find a way back. Lemeru finds space in the open ice, and she drives and sticks it high into the top corner, clawing it back 2-2. And they would call on Lamoureux again in the shootout. 6 shots going US's way. She drags the goalie in a blender and just slots it home, advantage USA. And it would be Acosta with the chance to extend the shootout. She goes towards the middle, but Maddie Rooney shuts the door, knocking off the Canadians. The USA win gold. A drought of 20 years ends with the waving of the American flag and hugs being shared by those gold medal winners. The USA tops Canada in the Olympic hockey final 3-2. Maddie Rooney, the hero, as she stops Acosta's effort and brings home the gold for the United States. Her Wikipedia page received a much-needed update, changing her position from goalie to Secretary of Defense. And after last night's triumph, the USA makes a big jump in the medal count, currently sitting in 4th place. Norway are quite close to breaking the Olympic record for winter. Their 35 medals in Pyeongchang sit just 2 back of the 37 the United States brought back home in 2010. That's sports. Final word is next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
For us today.
But we are online all the time. Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
And thank you for joining us this evening. And don't forget to join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. for Good Morning Macomb.
From all of us here at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.